Hey guys, so I had stopped making videos for this channel for a very long time now, 4 years in fact, and I got tired of it. And even if you check out my other channel with like 500,000 subscribers and stuff, I got tired of making videos in general. But I was still pushing out some gaming videos and stuff like that because I just didn't want to let the fans down and the viewers down on those channel. But this channel, I didn't really, there wasn't really that many subscribers, and I'm not sure how many of them have grown up to be caring about this, right? So today, the reason why I'm making another video is because the Dow dropped 1,000 points. And throughout the years I've been doing YouTube, I've also been studying economics, Bitcoin, gold, and US stocks and things like that, right? I can't study the other stocks. I mean, I'm in Canada. So the thing is, if you're in Canada, you're pretty much going to study gold, mining stocks as well as oil stocks. So I've been studying the energy stocks and stuff like that. I gotta say, it's pretty bad with those sector, except for mining right now. But I'm making this video because the Dow today dropped 1,000 point on news of the coronavirus, and this isn't one of those things that is like that is gonna just be faded out. That's what I think, anyways. If you go here, what happened was I made a video on this on my other channel, but I'll just bring it shortly. What happened was it dropped 1,000 points because South Korea, Italy, all of their numbers jumped like crazy. Like, first the thing is, what happened is that they quarantined people on the Diamond Princess cruise, and Italy released their number 215. Yeah, you're probably thinking it's not that big, but a week ago they released like it was like 10, right? So, anyways, I'll just go here and show you guys the South Korea one, and then we'll go back to the 1,000 point and why I'm making this video. So here is South Korea and 833. But a week ago it was 30. So you kind of get what I'm saying. This is not like, this is not like something that is whatever. So apparently that's why the Dow dropped 1,000 points. I mean, do I know exactly? I don't know. I mean, maybe, possibly, but it was already, markets at record highs and everything. And it's an election year, so it's pretty much time for a drop. That's what I think, anyways. And if you follow the Canadian news, right, you know that I'm gonna make a separate video because I know a lot of people actually watch my real estate video. So the thing is, I had thought that the bubble would have burst by now, like in the Canadian real estate market. But thing is, uh, they're doing like adjustment to policy and things like that. It's crazy. They're making it easier for people to get mortgages now. They were making it harder between 2018 and now, and then now they're making it easier. Obviously, something's going to happen. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much about that. But let's talk about the Dow. So the Dow dropped 1,000 point on that coronavirus news, and I gotta say, I think it's the beginning of something very, very bad. I mean, if you follow the news and if you've been alive long enough, for those that don't, haven't been, uh, you know, the thing is, there was a great recession. That's what they dubbed it now, the Great Recession of 2008, which was huge, right? A lot of people lost their jobs. I wasn't really paying attention. And in Canada, nothing really happened. I mean, sure, people were talking, but I was in university, so I knew shit. So, anyways, now it's like what? Over 10 years later, 12 years later, and there's no recession. And before that, there's usually generally a recession every 8 years or so, 10 years if they push it. So, right now, we're pretty much at the end of the road. And I think something is going to happen. This might be the start of it. This might not be, but it's probably the start of it. And you notice that, well, the thing is, what is funny is today the Dow dropped, right? Initially, gold and all the, what do you call it? Bitcoin was high. Like in the beginning, at the start of the market, everything was high, right? And then throughout the day, it just everything fell with the Dow. Like gold, Bitcoin, like if you look at it even now, I mean, they're like down, right? And the Dow is still 1,000 points lower. Now, like I was saying, initially I actually didn't fall to 1,000. It went from 700 to 800, and then after as it went on, then it fell to 1,000. So, you know, it's very, at the beginning people were buying like safe haven assets, right? And I guess what happened was that it just went down with it. I think the only thing that was up, like that was highly up anyways, were the top tier gold mining stocks. I mean, if you look at Barrick, one of them, and I think even the streaming and something like that, they're all down. And I just think that this is the beginning of something bad, right? Because last year they were doing the trade war with China, right? And I think that is also a reason why they are they're easing the mortgage stress on the Canadian housing market. Because what happened is they have the trade war, one thing, and then now they have the coronavirus, and a majority of the buyers of the Canadian market are like freaking Asians, okay? And I gotta tell you this. I mean, I was born in Canada. I wasn't born like to a rich family. Unfortunately, my family was like really horrible. Is very horrible. I mean, they're not dead or anything, but they're horrible. But anyways, so it's not like I'm like those type of Asians where they have like rich parents and things like that. So now that they are kind of limiting, right, them from, I guess China's limiting them from uh, buying stuff because first they're locking down the thing. So a lot of things is happening right now, and I think it's just gonna get worse. That's what I think. I don't think the coronavirus will be solved in the short term. It will probably, I don't know. I mean, it might get worse. It might not. I don't know. I mean, SARS did. I did. I wasn't affected by SARS. I was alive during SARS. I don't know. I mean, I could barely remember SARS. I remember people wearing masks and everything, but definitely not like the coronavirus. And if you saw my other video, I was saying that the coronavirus is way different. I mean, SARS, there were symptoms and you knew you were infected. The thing is, the coronavirus, it was reported. What happens is that you don't know if you're infected until you're infected, right? I mean, until it's spread to a number of people. So it's kind of freaky to me, and it's kind of like the Walking Dead thing I was talking in my other video. Like, uh, you don't know if you're infected until you actually turn into a zombie. So that's what I think, and I don't know. I think that the Dow something is bad is happening, and I guess you guys should prepare if you're watching this video and wondering, hey, what should you do? I'm just talking from at least as far as I know in the West. I don't know anywhere. I mean, anywhere else other than that. I mean, I know the Canadian market is especially the housing market is very expensive, and since they're killing the oil market, that's going down. And as far as I know, I mean, the mining seems like it went up, all right, last year, and well, the middle of last year. Now it's just going sideways like that, right? So you know, this is what I'm telling my like people I know. I'm just saying, just like Ray Dalio, Ray Dalio has been coming out here telling you got to have a bit of gold, a bit of gold in that portfolio. And as much as I like Bitcoin, right? But the thing is, I don't know too much about Bitcoin in the long term. I know it went up a lot, but it has never tested a recession. That's the thing. That is the biggest problem. It has never tested a recession. I mean, Bitcoin. I started looking at Bitcoin when it was $100. That's the thing. Um, but I couldn't buy it in Canada. This is a problem too. So back then, anyways, so like Ray Dalio says, if you're worried about this thing, I think a bit of gold is very important. I already bought my real estate, so I'm happy about that. At least I have somewhere to live, right? Unlike some of the other people, I know that some people have been asking me on my other video, what do I think about the market? Thing is, honestly, I don't really know. I mean, I thought it would have burst by now. I mean, seriously, I'm thinking, hey, uh, it's been a while, and I think they're doing everything they can, and they could pretty much put it off for a while. And when it does burst, this is what I think. When it bursts, they're gonna inflate the money supply, right, to make it so that the housing will go up in Canada. So exact same thing as the U.S. Now, exact same thing at Japan too. So I think that's what they're gonna do. So initially, the price might drop, but in the end, it'll go up. So if you own anything, I think it's completely fine. That's what I think. But that's it for now for this video. I just wanted to make a video on that 1,000 point drop. And like I was saying, I think something is very bad that's coming along. And I'm going to make a update video on the real estate market. What I think anyways in Canada. I already gave you guys a hint of what I'm thinking. But, I wanted to talk about why the fuck is he like, you know, lowering the stress test. I mean, people are trying to buy houses and they can't buy houses, and now they're lowering the stress test. I mean, first, you know, the market stalled, right? Because they put the stress test in. Now they're lowering it. So eventually, if nothing happens, right, the housing should go up. Not that that's bad for me because I already own stuff. But seriously, for those that don't own anything, it's freaking horrible.